Hey guys, this is an update video for the Gen 6 454 for the Corsair 25. I just shot a video of me priming the entire engine with the drill and the priming system, and I just want to quickly run through this. It's got excellent oil, you know, at all rockers. The bank one always tends to pump up first, probably because the oil, the distributor shaft, which has the oil pump in it, is on the right bank channel, and it has a tendency to leak a little bit of pressure right there with the tool. So, and it's funny, as you're turning the engine over, you can kind of see it spitting a little bit down there. So I don't think the distributor does that, but anyway, I don't want to get too long-winded about that. But basically, the entire engine's pumped up, 50 pounds pressure. It was holding just rock steady. So awesome oil pressure. Not too high. You know, it would be a little spooky if it was up in the 60 to 65 range, but 50 is a real nice range. And then once it warms up, it'll probably drop down into the 40s, which will be a perfect pressure. Since the last video and the last time I did any work, this morning I installed the dampener and had it nice and cleaned up, and then painted it on the inside and the outside, of course. And then there's a center bolt here that I have a special tool that presses the dampener on. In other words, this stuff is not like hammered on, it's pressed on real nice and slow, and then it bottoms out up against that reluctor ring that I mentioned in several videos back. And then once you bottom out there, then you put the center bolt in, and you torque that baby up to 85 foot-pounds. So that's done. And then this is the special Mercruiser V-belt drive, the lower pulley, and this is aluminum. And you have to be real careful that you seat properly, because it has a little recess that centers it up into the dampener. If you're not careful, you'll get them off center and they'll be cocked and crazy. But this one's perfectly flushed out. And then these torque up to 35 foot-pounds. Before I forget, after I do my priming, I'm rotating the engine over by hand as I'm running the drill. It's about a 15-minute torturous process of, you know, trying to make everything work. But long story short, after it's all said and done, I always bring the timing up to top dead center by, you know, putting a finger in the number 1 cylinder, feeling for pressure, and then verifying that these push rods turn freely. That lets you know you're at top dead center compression number 1 for the timing, so that when you drop the distributor in, or, you know, whenever that goes in, you don't have to rethink about all this stuff. That is something I religiously do. My camera battery's a little bit low, so I'm gonna kind of blow through some of this information. I always use a Napa 1069 Gold. I think this is basically made by Wix or for Wix. It's a phenomenal filter. I've cut them apart, and it's just amazing. They're very affordable. I think 10-12 bucks. I'd never use a Mercruiser. I'd always use the Napa Gold 1069 for 454 big block, Chevy big block. This bronze fitting is new. I just replaced that. This is an oil pressure sending unit that I always use to run my new engines, but I can't remember what happened. I think his got broken off or something, or it was pretty ratty looking. So this is a brand new unit. I've used it several times to break in engines, but I'm gonna let that go with the engine. The rocker covers painted. I'm not sure if he's going to use these rocker covers, but I went ahead and cleaned them up, and actually a very thorough sanding and very thorough cleaning, and then zinc primed them, and then about, I think, 4 or 5 coats